Though I ranked all the flicks I rewatched for March of this year, not so long ago, earlier this month. Well, since I had nothing else to do for this last day, and I'm on a real tight schedule for this week, so I'm gonna go ahead and give you my April 2023 rewatches ranking right now. Big D's Entertainment Rankings and Reviews. So, greetings, my fellow YouTubers. I'm Joel, the Big D to you. This is Big D's Entertainment Rankings and Reviews. Back again with another ranking. This time it's going to be my April 2023 rewatches ranking. This might have some surprises and what have you, and well, some familiar ones to you. But anyway, I rewatched 28 films. One of them is one that you will be familiar with that have included on the previous rewatches ranking. But let's not get too far ahead of ourselves. I'm gonna try and get through the first few of this, make it rapid fire. Try not to take too much time and what have you. So if you're ready, let's start the ranking. Sit back, relax, and here we go. Number 28 is The Boy Next Door from 2015. Now, I've only seen this one time. It was on TV, but then when Peacock had, I thought I'd give it another watch. J-Lo's not too bad in this here, erotic type thriller, which of course I compare it to films like The Crush or Devil in the Flesh, only involves a guy this time. I might review this sometime or sooner. This film's okay. Not great, though. Number 27 is The Swarm from 1978. Despite having a pretty good all-star cast, this film bombed at the box office, and well, this film's a semi-guilty pleasure because of it having killer bees and what have you, and with being done by Irwin Allen, the man who gave us The Poseidon Adventure and The Towering Inferno. This film's still okay, but it's not really great though, but it's okay and what have you. Number 26 is Battle for the Planet of the Apes from 1973. Well, it's kind of my least favorite of the original series, but it's okay and what have you. Anyway, I will be reviewing the rest of this series later on this summer since I've already reviewed the original one. We'll see where that winds up. And the same thing with its predecessors as well. The film's well, pretty reasonable in some parts, but anyway, you can find the full movie on YouTube if it's available free with ads. Number 25 is Conquest for the Planet of the of the Planet of the Apes. My apologies. From 1972. This film's also reasonable. Not great though, but I watched it on YouTube free with ads. If it's still there, check this one out if you want to check this one out. But I think you get the point. But anyway, this continues after the third film, which is still ahead. But I'll talk more about this when I review the series. It's still an okay film and what have you, and a pretty good continuation. I found out that the battle for the Planet of the Apes was what led in for War for the Planet of the Apes years later. Number 24 is Horrible Bosses from 2011. This film's absolutely crazy, nutsoid, and all that jazz. Well, it does have a pretty good cast in my view. It's pretty fun in some ways. I actually watched the sequel for the first time. We'll see where that winds up on my first time watches ranking when I get up after I do my schedule video. Anyway, it's fun. Number 23 is Baby Mama from 2008. This is a pretty funny chick flick. I recently did a review of this. If you haven't seen it yet, check it out. Tina Fey and Amy Poehler, they're pretty funny in this. Number 22 is Evan Almighty from 2007. I really like this film for certain reasons, considering it's a follow to Bruce Almighty, which we'll see where that winds up. I mean, it is one of my favorite Steve Carell films. This is sort of a guilty pleasure. I will be reviewing this next month, so I won't get into too much detail, but still, Steve Carell's pretty good. Morgan Freeman's pretty good. And I'll tell you more about this when I review it. Number 21 is the Fat Albert Easter Special from 1982. This one isn't too bad. I mean, I like the Halloween special and the Christmas special, but this one is pretty good. What have you? I haven't reviewed this yet, but I will sometime, possibly next year. Just stay tuned. I really like it. The full special is on YouTube. If you really want a last minute Easter viewing thing, just check this one out. Still pretty good. You can't go wrong with the works of good old Filmation, you know. Number 20 is Anger Management from 2003. I love this movie. This is a guilty pleasure. Adam Sandler and Jack Nicholson are absolutely really funny in this film. If you haven't seen my review of this yet, you need to check it out. This film's absolutely crazy, and it's a lot of fun. Number 19 is Joyride from 2001. This film's pretty good and what have you, being suspenseful and all. It's got a pretty good cast. I have yet to review this film, but I will sometime. But I like Paul Walker. He was good. Steve Zahn was good. So was Lily Sobieski. Yeah, this film's really, really suspenseful. Number 18 is Deep Blue Sea from 1999. I love this movie. This is another guilty pleasure. It's got a pretty good cast and all. I reviewed this film years back. This is probably my second favorite shark film aside from Jaws. But anyway, I still love this movie after all these years. It's a pretty good film. It might have some misses, but still, it's pretty good. Number 17 is The Sandlot from 1993. I hadn't seen this film for some time. I decided to give it a rewatch for its anniversary. It's pretty good. It's a pretty good baseball flick, and I really enjoyed it after rewatching it. If you haven't seen my review of it yet, check it out. Number 16 is Bruce Almighty from 2003. Definitely one of my favorite Jim Carrey films. I loved his performances. Morgan Freeman was good. Jennifer Aniston was pretty good. Yeah. I'll tell you more about when I review this film next month for its anniversary. This is a pretty funny film. Number 15 is Escape from the Planet of the Apes from 1971. Good movie and what have you. I mean, we get to see some of them, well, surviving apes from the first two movies back with us. But it really gets to be sad in the end and what have you. But we continue on with Conquest and then Battle. Yes. Anyway, again, as I've said already, I will review the Planet of the Apes sequels later on. We still have one more sequel in the original to go. But anyway, Escape from the Planet of the Apes, it's pretty good. Number 14 is Ace Ventura, a Pet Detective from 1994. Sorry, I didn't see that I'm using international title. My apologies. But I love this movie. First Jim Carrey movie I've ever seen. It's real funny. I need to review this sometime. Maybe I will next year for its anniversary. Number 13 is The Hangover from 2009. This film's absolutely crazy, but pretty funny macho flick. I definitely need to review this film. I actually watched this along with its two sequels. The sequels I watched for the first time ever. You'll see where those wind up on the first time watchers ranking. But anyway, with a pretty good cast, I think The Hangover is pretty funny after revisiting it. Number 12 is It's Arbor Day, Charlie Brown from 1976. I love this. I watched this on the DVD I have of It's the Easter Beagle, Charlie Brown. We'll see where that winds up. This film, this little special, it's pretty funny. Especially once Charlie Brown reacts to see what the gang had done to his baseball field. Number 11 is Charlie and the Chocolate Factory from 2005. I love this movie, but even though I'm much more into Willy Wonka and the Chocolate Factory because I grew up with this, but I love it for certain reasons. Since this does remain loyal to the book and what have you, but even so, I still like Willy Wonka and the Chocolate Factory over this in ways. You know what I'm saying? There, that didn't take too long to get through those. Through the first 18. Now for the top 10. This is really, really going to be something. And let me tell you, this is going to have some surprises and all that jazz. I think you're going to be surprised when you see what's on top. What's it going to be? I won't tell you until we get to it. So, what are we waiting for? Let's get into the top 10. Number 10 is The Toy from 1982. Now, at first, I didn't know if I remembered seeing this film or not. Again, please pardon the noise, even though I got the door closed. But anyway, after rewatching this film, I thought this was pretty funny. Richard Pryor was very funny, so was Jackie Gleason, and the little boy in the film wasn't too bad either. This is a film I definitely got to review. I'm a little overdue to do this one, but it's pretty funny and what have you. Richard Donner directed this, what have you, and who of course after he recently did Superman, and well, he only did parts of it. Well, the second one, which wouldn't be released until later, and so Richard Lester released the cut of that. And of course, Pryor went on to star in Superman 3 a year after this. But anywho, I think The Toy is absolutely a very funny movie. Again, I will review this sometime down the road. Now, coming in at number 9 is Free Willy from 1993. Now, I love this movie as a teen and what have you. I will be reviewing this film later on this summer. Not sure about the sequels. We'll see if I can find them. But anyway, Free Willy was a pretty good movie and what have you. I loved the characters. The music was really good. But I'm getting too far ahead of myself. But it's a pretty good drama that the whole family can enjoy and what have you. So, anyway, I thought it was pretty good after rewatching and what have you. Now, coming in at number 8 is Beneath the Planet of the Apes from 1970. This film's pretty good. At least it was a pretty good continuation to the original, which that's still ahead on this ranking. But anyway, it was good to continue this. We have a few of the characters from the previous film. Even though Charlton Heston appearing just a little bit, not counting them. Flashback to the ending of the last film, and then until the end we see him in the last act. Anyway, the film isn't too bad. It's not quite as good as the first film, but it tried to do its extreme best. And again, I will be reviewing that and the other sequels later on, and possibly the Tim Burton remake as well. Maybe. We'll see. Stay tuned. Now, coming in at number 7 is The Easter Bunny Is Coming to Town from 1977. Now, though I failed to give you a review of this last year for its anniversary, but I recently made it up to you by giving the review to you this year. I think this special is pretty underrated and what have you. I don't think it gets a lot of talk about. But anyway, I really love it after revisiting. The full special is on YouTube. You can check it out. Fred Astaire returns as his character from Santa Claus Is Coming to Town, only he's on the train this time. Anyway, I really think this is a very, very good Easter special. And I think if you want a little last minute Easter fun, then the Easter Bunny Is Coming to Town is right up your alley. Skip Hannon did a great job in voicing the Easter Bunny, and I just thought it was pretty fun after rewatching it. And coming in at number 6 is Flashdance from 1983. Great movie. I recently reviewed this film, and it's really a good film. I know this film might have gotten this at first, but it has become a great film with its great tunes, including the title theme done by the late great Irene Cara was great. So was Maniac by Michael Cimbello. Everybody should know that song. But anyway, Jennifer Beals was really good. So was the whole cast. I think Flashdance is so awesome. If you haven't seen my review of this film, check it out. Now, coming in at number 5, this is going to be a wee bit of a shock since you've seen it on my last ranking. And that film is. Well, you're right. It's Megan. Yes, I watched it a couple more times again, but I didn't want it to be too high up there again. Considering it was being my Shazam for the last month, but I decided to have it just a wee bit lower, just so that way I didn't want to try and cause it to happen. But guys, Everyone out there, you'll have to forgive me for including this on there. I can't help it. This now makes it 8 times watching this since it came out earlier this year. Okay, I'm hooked on this. This is grown. This is just like, I don't know. And P.S. I've only been watching the unrated cut, not the theatrical cut. Okay, but Megan's still a great film. I don't care what anybody says. I love it. It's just, you know what I'm saying if you haven't seen my review yet. Okay, I've said that. Bell covers it. Now, coming in at number 4 is it's the Easter Beagle, Charlie Brown from 1974. This is another Easter special I've yet to review, but I promise I'll do that for you next year. I promise. Anyway, I didn't think I was ever going to get to see this special again, but I'm glad I did. It's just wonderful, and I really love it. Everyone in the Peanuts gang that appears in this, it's absolutely really good. I really love how things don't go so well for Peppermint Patty and Marcy, and well, I'm getting too far ahead of myself. I don't want to give too many details. Just wait until I review this next year, okay? Be prepared for it. It's a pretty good Peanuts special, and I really do love it. And coming in at number 3 is Here Comes Pierre Cottontail from 1971. I love this special. The full special is currently on YouTube. Check it out if you haven't. I mean, this is a great special from Rankin Bass, and it's got great characters. I love Peter. Iron Tail's a pretty good villain, voiced by Vincent Price. Yeah. Anyway, this is so good. Again, you can find the full special on YouTube. Anyway, it's just, wow, incredible. And it also does have great songs and what have you. And I think you know the rest. This is a very good Easter special if you haven't checked it out. Definitely. And coming in at number 2 is The Wedding Singer from 1998. I love this movie. Easily my favorite Adam Sandler movie of all time. Don't get me wrong, but it is. Drew Barrymore was really good. I think everyone was absolutely really good. I love the 80s saying, this is why I love this movie, because of it taking place in the 80s and having great 80s songs and all that jazz. Definitely a very, very good movie. But anyway, we're all entitled to our own opinions of having a favorite Adam Sandler flick, you know. But I really do love The Wedding Singer, one of the best. In my opinion, anyway, but you don't have to take my word for it. And finally, my number 1 rewatch of April 2023 is Planet of the Apes from 1968, the classic itself. I love this movie. This is definitely one of my favorite sci-fi flicks. I've already reviewed this film. It's done pretty well. If you haven't seen my review of this yet, check it out. I love the performances from the cast. Charlton Heston, real good. We got the performances of Roddy McDowall and Kim Hunter, Maurice Evans. Yes, very, very good and what have you. This would be the start of a big franchise for Fox. And what can I say? I enjoyed this for what it had to offer, especially Jerry Goldsmith's score. That was really something. Anyway, the original Planet of the Apes, definitely a classic, and still love it. And that's my number 1 rewatch of April 2023. So that's going to do for this ranking. What did you think of this ranking? What did you rewatch in April of 2023? Let me know what your top pick was, or you can give me your top 3 or top 5 tops, okay? Leave them for me in the comments section below. If you like this video, click the like button, subscribe, and be a part of the Big D Nation, which I'm now finally back up a couple of subscribers. I'm now at 491. I just need 9 more subscribers, and I'll finally make it to 500. Can I do it? I hope for the best. So anyway, I do hope you enjoy this, and if you did, check out some of the films I've reviewed already for this little well in this. In the upper left hand corner is my review of Planet of the Apes. The upper right hand corner is my review of Megan, which of course is spoiler free, or go to the bottom left hand corner and see my review of Flashdance. And the bottom right hand corner is the button you can click to subscribe. If you like rankings and reviews on movies, TV, music, video games, etc., then I'm your guy. Thanks for watching, and stay tuned for my May 2023 schedule coming up in the next vid. So until next time, I'm the Big D saying, see ya.